Okay, beautiful people, let's talk about this opportunity before I can go home. I think it's important for me to discuss this with you because many people have been asking me, um, cutting the long story short, I will talk about two schools in Portugal. One, you can apply to the school, get admissions before you do legalization. The second one is you can apply to it, apply to the school, get admissions, apply for visa without paying tuition. But I'm going to tell you some things that you need to do, okay, to the first school and to the second school, and what can increase your chances. Remember, these schools are not open now, but there is one thing I want to mention that will help you. Now, let's talk about this question first before we proceed. Someone was asking me if it's possible to study in the Netherlands with the family, like move together with the family in the Netherlands. Well, I have checked. Remember, I always check to be sure before I can even bring the material here. I have checked, and there is no information on IND website saying that. But the information I found says that if you study here for 1 year, okay, if you study here for 1 year, I'm going to IND. IND is the Dutch immigration, okay? I'll be going there very soon to collect my residence permit. So I'll be asking them the questions as I go. Then I'll update you guys again. I hope you understand. So the information I have found right now says that if you study here for 1 year, if you move from your home country, study here for 1 year, then you can invite your family to join you. That is the information. But the one I knew was if you move in alone, you study for 1 year, okay, then you now apply for orientation year visa. Orientation means that the job seeking visa, the visa that you can stay for 1 year and find a job, right? That's the orientation year. In Canada, it's called post graduation work permit, but in the Netherlands, it's called orientation year. Everybody has 1 year. Now, when you finish school, apply for it, then you find a job that can pay you minimum, at least, you should earn at least 1,250 euros. From that job, you can now invite your family to come because you need to show that job contract and the salary. I'm not saying that that's your salary, no. Remember, in this country, you are paid according to your certificate. Someone with a college diploma earns lesser than you with a university degree, and someone with a master's will get more. This is how it operates here. Okay. Yeah, someone told me about this information and I check and it's somewhere hiding. Now, I want to equally tell you that people are moving from Africa and all over the world to this country with, let me say, job visas, right? But they are not the ones applying for the visa. The employer applies for them. You don't just apply to any employer. There are specific employer registered companies in the Netherlands, this country I am. On IND website, you are going to see that, right? If you are to move here as a skilled professional, remember, this is for skilled workers, not for people to come and pick fruits. No. You go to IND, check those companies, copy them, like take them back to Google, you type them there, then you open them, you read everything on the company's website properly, then you go to their career pages, job opportunities, then if you find a job there, you apply. If they take you, fine and good. But remember, this is a very tedious procedure or pathway to take because sometimes you may not get it, okay? But remember, they are mostly looking for IT specialists, all these big positions, you understand? But just try. If this one doesn't work, you come in through the education pathway. I want to see more of you here. Now, we have talked about that. Let's go back to Portugal. The first school I said you can apply without legalizing your documents. They don't need it. And if you apply without legalizing your documents, they will still accept you. Okay, but you need to put into consideration that even if you apply and get these admissions, you will still need to do the process of verification, legalization procedure at the level of your ministry, Ministry of Education, Ministry of Foreign Affairs, then the Portuguese Embassy. Okay, your documents must go there before you apply for a student visa to Portugal. Now, I just remember something. To those of you who are now residing in Nigeria, who studied in Ghana, you need to take those certificates back to Ghana. Their ministries should do it before you carry it now to the Portuguese embassy. If you studied in Cameroon and you are now residing in Nigeria, Make sure you send your certificate back to Cameroon. If it was you wrote, but maybe the O and A level certificate GC exam, you need to send them back, or you bring them back to Cameroon. They should go through the GC board. Okay, then from the GC board to the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, then you can now use them. Okay, follow the videos I did about how you can do this procedure, the legalization, everything. It's there on my channel. So the name of the school is called ISCTE University in Portugal. If you check, you are going to see. This school might be open from December. I'm not very certain. So please make sure you are checking constantly. If it's open, I will still come back here and tell you that the school is open. So do not forget about that. Don't even worry yourself. I will still bring the information. I just want you to know. Now, the second school you can apply for in Portugal, then get admissions, apply for visa, is called the University of Minho. I have two people in this school who just moved from Cameroon recently. Okay, I think one moved around September 15 and the other one recently just moved in. So at the University of Minho, you can apply for admissions, but remember, you cannot apply without your documents legalized. You will legalize your documents, like the authentication procedure. You already know about it, right? Ministry of Education, Foreign Affairs, then Portuguese Embassy. For Nigerians, Cameroonians, GC board, then your university, then Foreign Affairs Ministry. It depends on which certificate you are using. I explained this in my videos before. So when you apply to Minho, University of Minho, if you get admissions, you can then apply for your visa. Now, it's now left on the visa officer to decide if they will give you a visa without you paying any tuition. Don't risk it, because if you come before me and your tuition is 5,000 euros and you haven't paid one dime, I will not give you any visa. It's logical. You can just think about it and see the logic. So what basically happened, I am telling you so you don't go and behave very unwise, all right? You have to be wise. If you get admission, even if the school doesn't ask you to pay at least 1,000 or 1,500. The people I know, they pay at least 1,000, right? When you pay 1,000 deposit, you can now apply for your visa, and then you show the balance as proof of funds. I hope you understand. This is the information I wanted you to put into consideration. Then I think this is going to help you. One last information you should note is that Erasmus Mundus is open. I'm going to make a separate video about that. Then those of you that will be looking for programs in Portuguese universities for Erasmus, remember that for you to apply to Portugal, you need to legalize your documents. I have explained the procedure is there on my YouTube channel, so you should check it out and see what you can do. It's very important. I have said this many times, right? Now, to those who are going to be applying to Austria, do not forget that you need to do. I'm talking about those applying for Erasmus Mundus. And remember, Erasmus Mundus is a scholarship which is joint, which means you are going to study in 1, 2, 3, or even 4 different universities in Europe, only in Europe. Now, it might happen that the programs you are selecting are found in Portugal, or at the University of Vienna, or the University of Salzburg, or at the University of Porto, or the University of Lisbon in Portugal, right? Now, in this case, you have to do, for Austria, you must do authentication, verification, and legalization before you can apply. So you have to be careful. This is something many people will make errors, and at the end of the day, they don't get selected. Please be careful. Even if one of their schools you are going to be applying to, like the first one is in Lisbon or in Vienna, do not apply if you are not legalizing your documents. Choose other countries, right? This is an advice I think everybody needs to know, but I know many people will still not read the website. One thing too I notice a lot of people are doing is people are applying to schools without reading requirements. You cannot just see a program and then you rush and start applying. Please check if there is application fee. Check the application deadline. Check if this school wants you to do maybe a verification of something, or maybe they want extra documents from you like recommendation letters, CVs, or maybe a motivation letter. This way you can easily find your way on the application website. But if you don't do this, how are you going to know? So guys, please be conscious. I'm just explaining this so that we all know and learn from whatsoever thing, okay? It's very important. Please be conscious. I hope this will help you. Till we meet again. Bye-bye.